Just monitor for me how we are doing on TikTok and how it's going. Yeah, let's check for me.
Out now. Out now.
Lelo bwacha bakamba mu kyalo ky'esu kya Zambia ekyaweka Enjoy. Abantu baafo bakamba kule mu nfumbwe. More than 20 people balebe pati ni babiri. Bagamba. Fish to arufyanye. People have died. Mumino yabakapokola. The police killing people. Why? In the same government bagamba. Abductions have happened. Bagamba. If you're not with them, it's either you're dead or you're in prison. This government, you're going to change big man. Fish to arufyanye bakubika mu office. Fish to arufyanye. Why me? Missing. Achani ruba mwaicho wa ndizona. Where is why me? HH, tell us with your government, where is why me? Give us why me. Justice for why me, big man. Wachila mo HH. Wala tupwisha bega kutupwisha bagamba. Katwale kya kulanda big man. Oh, you think? Maina watata. Sabia tuwasevana. Bagamba. Waneza tuwa mweni. Mujala zetu. Iti ya Zambia. Tuamona mwempwa. Bagamba. Tuamona mwempwa. Nama objections bagamba. Owo muteko tuwaleta. Wadulete lama. Amazala mush. No you can take her. Kola ipompa today. No you can take her. Apa number bane. Mufolo pa mufolo. Mufolo pa mufolo. Wakuvota bane. Mufolo pa mufolo. Mufolo pa mufolo. Wakufuatika. Mufolo pa mufolo. Mufolo pa mufolo. Wakufuatika fuatika. Mufolo pa mufolo. Mufolo pa mufolo. When you day akwa fwe. Mufolo pa mufolo. Mufolo pa mufolo. Aikona man. Mufolo pa mufolo. Mufolo pa mufolo. Ita yakwa fwe. Mufolo pa mufolo. Mufolo pa mufolo. Yakuri ati kwenyu. Mufolo pa mufolo. Mufolo pa mufolo. Mayona batata. Ba mayona batata. Ba youth. Tentwisuli amenso. tyentusule amenso batusendela nomba batwipaila na hope yesu endika chagwalungu watwebela tinatukwatila plan B nomba tuwalishiba plan B abamumino yakwalesa bantu banga abalafa mu kyalo kyesu kya Zambia ibanga abantu abala ababducted mu kyalo kyesu kya Zambia bambire kuli jeje banda ibanga abantu abala ba mu prison abena kitotela kilangwa bonze baba prison n'entunguru kina shimbi na shimbi muri one government yakwa echechi abantu n'abafa mwereza ayigata nomba bayigata kuli endika kyagwa lungu atukwatire planti abakubo byabyo mufulo big man mufulo ba mufulo bilabine banzetela endika kyagwa lungu abanomba bane mufulo ba mufulo bakuvota bane mufulo ba mufulo bakufuatika mufulo ba mufulo bakufuatika mufulo ba mufulo kwenyu tayakwa kwe mufulo ba mufulo aikona man mufulo ba mufulo itayakwa kwe mufulo ba mufulo yakuliati kwenyu mufulo ba mufulo HH does not mean well for Mother Zambia. Zambia to Asebana, this is not the Mother Zambia that we were left with by our ancestors, our forefathers who fought so hard to liberate us. Dr. Kenneth Kaunda, Nalumino Mundia, Mama Julia Chikamoneka, Simon Mwansaka Pwepwe, they fought so hard to put this country on the map, to put this country where it is today. No man would destroy this country because we believe in unity. One Zambia, one nation, and we shall together we will change, and we are going to change this government. My name is Blaze Zambia.
Those who voted for change must have now realized that the president they voted for has kept this country paralyzed. If you voted for him, but you're also feeling the pain, I hope you do your best to see it never happens again. Those who voted for change must have now realized that the president they voted for has kept this country paralyzed. If you voted for him, but you're also feeling the pain, I hope you do your best to see it never happens again. Those who voted for change must have now realized that the president they voted for has kept this country paralyzed. If you voted for him, but you're also feeling the pain, I hope you do your best to see it never happens again. Those
Good day, wonderful day. This is Sunday, the 27th of July 2025. Thank you very much that you could take time to join us. Today we're trying something new. We are also appearing on TikTok. So for those that are, want to join us through TikTok, they can. They might not have the features that you usually see on our podcast. We are working on that. Last time we tried, I think the network was buffering. So we'll try the simple way of connecting, just where, we can invite you and just join the simple TikTok. I'm hosting EFF President Kasonde Mwenda, a vibrant youth leader, former student leader, and he will be is here with us to discuss various issues. We'll be discussing the state of our country. We'll be discussing the state of our nation. And let me just...
Who voted for change must have now realized that the president they voted for has kept this country paralyzed. If you voted for him, but you're also feeling the pain, I hope you do your best to see it never happens again. Those who voted for change must have now realized that the president they voted for has kept this country paralyzed. If you voted for him, but you're also feeling the pain, I hope you do your best to see it never happens again. Those who voted for change must have now realized that the president they voted for has kept this.
Wonderful. We are here to discuss the state of our country. The state of our country is in dire need, literally, of rescue. You have tyranny. You have a government that is enacting legislation that is oppressive, that is repressive, that's draconian, that's taking us away, that's taking us back to the one-party state where there is only one dominant figure, the president. We are discussing the state of the economy. And then the hope of Zambians. Zambians are hoping that the opposition will provide a leader. And we've been hosting a series of leaders to that effect to see how, amongst themselves, since the people of Zambia are looking to them, to see how they can provide leadership. Are they working together? Are they thinking of uniting us together? What is the state of the opposition? Let me invite my dear brother, Kasonde Mwenda, President of EFF, Economic. My dear brother, welcome to today's program. Patrick, just let me check if what's happening to I can't hear the president. Patrick, just check.
I was saying
oh, now I can hear you. Thank you very much. Just repeat, I was greeting you and welcoming you to this program.
It's an honor to be on this powerful program. I look forward to the engagement with the people of Zambia because this is the only Zambia we have and it will take us to make it great.
Wonderful, wonderful. I was privileged to host you on my podcast called The Conversation Podcast. So there we delved into details of who Kasonde Mwenda is, who makes Kasonde Mwenda. I'll invite viewers and listeners to go to that podcast. It's very, very informative. And it helps unravel the man behind the young political party that is making changes in our country, and that is dominant in the arena of the opposition. So we'll go straight to the issues. Mr. Mwenda, what's the state of our country?
We are in a place where none of us expected to be in this place. We were promised heaven, but we are now moving in a living hell. The people that had waited for a very long time, that finally we had a leadership that had promised us that they walk us into a place where our wounds will be bandaged, our hunger will be expunged. Once more again, we are going to have that democracy that we yearned for. Alas, 4 years into the UPND government, it is a shock. We have now a leadership of people that have a mentality of leeches that have stung to the body of the country. They are hemorrhaging, getting all the good things that are supposed to grow down to the people, and they are enjoying it. So now we have a situation where if the goodies are up there and the people are down here, the leadership that we have is in the middle, and it is making sure that it is getting all the good things that this country has without allowing the people at the bottom to get anything. We are in a very bad place, and we can't be in this place any longer.
Okay, my IT people, just reduce the feedback, is too much. I know it could be because you have to play either the laptop or whatever we're using as monitor, but it's bringing a terrible feedback. Maybe reduce that volume. I don't know how you do it, but it's bringing that feedback. You have stated clearly the state of our country, that we are in dire need. You have a government that promised change, and they are delivering instead pain to our people. Change, but has brought pain. And this is not a necessary pain where you look up to a government to say we have hope. But this is a pain because the government has engaged in careless management of our country, in careless management of our public resources, in careless management of our natural resources, in careless management of all that should make a country move. Honorable Msokotwane, Dr. Stumbeko, your best friend, he announces PPPs, he announces loans. He has just gotten another loan. They've obtained a $1.7 billion bailout from the IMF. It was $1.3 billion. They added a $400 million using the excuse of the drought crisis, and it came to 1.7. So far, they've been $1.5 billion has been released. Do you see any change? What do you think they've done with this money? The audios, Mr. President, the audios.
Okay.
Our technicians just.
Now?
No, I can't hear you again.
Can you hear me now?
Yes. Okay, now I can hear you.
You can hear me now?
Yes, proceed.
I think as a country, we are awash with testimonies. Books have been written about what has happened between our marriage with the IMF. They say it is only a mad person that keeps repeating the same thing and expects to have different results. We had in the time when we had the KK, we had the IMF, and it is on record that in 1968, Kaunda had to tell the IMF, leave Zambia because it cannot work. Mwanawasa, even during the time we had the hippie completion, we didn't complete that. Some people say, no, Mwanawasa worked with the IMF. Yes, but we didn't reach the hippie completion point. He told them go, because the austerity measures that they were putting us in were cultured in a way that they were enough to keep us in the global market of happenings, that we are sustaining the global financial system. But here, us in Zambia, we were getting deeper and deeper in poverty. You know, the situation we are in right now, it is very shameful. It is very painful. Look, by UPND, Hakainde, they said they had a plan. Let's be very forgiving. When they came in, they borrowed the 1.5 billion or 1.3 billion US dollars from the IMF. For the first 2 years, that money has finished. They have gone back again to borrow. Now, you tell me, first month mwaupa muchupo, first aya Kongola for the first 2 years. Shire poafe shira aya Kongola. Can you say umufiasho alikwata plan? To be very honest, these are testaments of a leadership that lied that they had a plan. So now look, for 4 straight years, the UPND government has sustained Zambia completely on debt. If you check on the records, you find that in December of 2021, when they got in power, Zambia had 14 billion debt. Last year, 2024, in December, we had moved to 26 billion US dollar debt. As if that's not enough. Again, as I'm talking to you, they announced just in January that we have borrowed, and 2 weeks ago it has been confirmed that we have gone again and borrowed another 1.7 billion. What this means is that generations beyond here, now what we have, I don't know who's going to pay, because the previous debt that the UPND government found, they have not paid. They have simply pushed it in front. What they are calling restructuring. At aba nabesu, bakese mkulipira. If it were monat, it will end just there. But now again, naba mkukungwana shimbi, and as I'm talking to you, they have again borrowed. As I'm talking right now, we are borrowing money to feed our children, to pay teachers, to pay nurses, Shonsen in Congole. Now the big question we should ask ourselves is, what about the money that this country is making? Where is it going? Why are we borrowing 1.7 billion US dollars? Why? It simply means as a country, we are not making money. Now the question is, why are we not making money? Because money, if you check na unific report, iya fumine, ilela ngati 3.7
Thank you, Mr. President. Just let me brief. Thank you, Mr. President. Mr. President, just a minute, Mr. President. You are paused. Let my technical guy just check your internet. You're paused, and I want to, but I can hear you on TikTok. You are live. I can hear you very clearly, meaning the voice is okay, but on this platform, I saw you are paused. We are hosting EFF President Kasonde Mwenda in a series of debates that we are holding. You'll be able to join us on 0973078082. I can see Mr. Mwenda is back, so we'll be referring back to him to finish his thoughts. We are hosting EFF President Kasonde Mwenda. He's outlining the state of the country, and then we'll begin to move to the role of the opposition. And then what needs to be done? Can the opposition come together? Can they be a hope for our country? Mr. Mwenda, technology failed us there. Continue with your thought.
Yes, I was saying, offer by IMF by Mwamba. I think to be very unfair, but because we have our leaders, abashakwata integrity, abashakwata chinka. The truth of the matter is, when the IMF comes, it prescribes you a roadmap. It will say, no, mwisaka manofu mwakula, kwakula mikongweshe ndalama, mkatupera limbi. In the meantime, tupeniko Zambia, tupangile kwendalama. So what they have done is, they will have policies that will make you as a country not to move, not to do anything.
Go on, I can hear you.
But to simply survive. But for you to only survive, let me give an example. ZNBC, I'll even be using their own examples. Yesterday, ZNBC announced that Zesco is dying. Zesco is dying. They said 2025, for the first time in a long time, Zesco has failed to meet the performance target. Who was saying that? ERB. At Zesco, now if you look meeting a target, it is producing Amalite to its capacity, only meeting for the local 6.9%, 60.9. They are saying the target, Bafiloku meeting a performance target by Zesco is 75%. Now, why is Zesco failing to meet the target? ZNBC, I'm using their reference. They are saying the reason is because of load shedding. So now Zesco today is failing to meet its capacity. Why? It's very simple. The IMF has gotten Zesco and put it in a way that Zesco should not benefit Zambians. And because electricity being produced by Zesco is not going to Kumena, Zambia, share abroad, Zesco now is dying. And this is just the beginning. Bear with me, by the end of 2025, going into mid-2026, Zesco is going to die. That is the plan. That way, once they kill Zesco, for now, they want to paint a bad picture at Zesco Ilefirwa. They have already done that. Let me give an example. What they have done is that Zesco, Efiro Pangama light no kushtisha. For that, Tabari making sure that Zesco, Taishama light abroad anywhere. Zesco does not export electricity. For that, Tabari Pangama companies ayama companies eyashitisha malaiti outside, not Zesco. So Zesco ilapanga malaiti olo ama private companies yaleshitisha kunse olo Zesco bale ipela fie utu nono tundalama. Let me give an example. If you check the records, there are records there. On June 2025, let me give an example. June 2025, last month, Copper Belt Energy, CEC, was recorded to have become Zambia's first ever company to exceed $1 billion market capitalization. CEC, Bambi to Zesco, became first company in Zambia to produce $1 billion capitalization. What does CEC do? CEC sells Zesco's electricity to the mines. Today, if you go to ZNBC, they will tell you that Zesco is dying. So now you tell me, mwali karapanganda, omuntu ni taxi driver yobe. Aleko bati, bus yobe, ile fwa, but ena ashta track, ukubonfia bus yobe. So how is it that CEC now has become the first $1 billion company in Zambia because it sells electricity from Zesco? And now ERB director was speaking yesterday on ZNBC that Zesco is dying because of load shedding. Tell me, does that even make sense? So let me take you deeper into CEC. As an example, they are fronting CEC as a Zambian company. CEC technically is not a Zambian company. If you check, Copper Belt Energy Corporation has got its majority share or Dangamoa Monamo by a company known as Zambia Energy Corporation Island Limited. So abantu bali panga CEC la structure ba kwate abantu ba ishi batefo yaba structure CEC ya chinja. It's now run 52% of CEC is Zambia Energy Corporation Limited Island. Kwa island kuba sungu kulia. So it is known as ZEC, ZECI, which holds 52%. So now malaita de panga Zesco, majority share is going to CEC. CEC is not even technically a Zambian company because the majority shareholders is an island-based company. Let's go to who is the CEO for CEC? You know, badi mi pera ba itu pera fronting. Yeah, Basindoi. Basindoi is not the CEO. It's just the chairman. The real CEO, who was actually given the mandate 3 months ago, I presume, is actually Mr. Danny Cook. Danny Cook is a CEO. He's not even a Zambian. So what is happening is Zesco is being hemorrhaged. Uku ikama mo muka ingombe ingombe ile fwa. But meanwhile, ama shop yenu aya cheese, aya milk na yesuna. What they want is to paint Zesco as a bad, poorly performing company. It doesn't end there. Let me show you. When right now we have got
Mr. President, let me just join you there briefly. You are right about the state of Zesco. I've always called its agreements as not only corrupt but criminal. If you look at its power purchase agreements with, for example, Mwamba collieries, it buys power very expensively from this independent power producer. But it will sell to commercial clients, domestic clients, at a very cheap rate. So then who subsidizes that difference? That huge difference. I think they buy it, is it at 14 cents from Mwamba collieries? And they sell it to us at a loss. And then look the other way around. Zesco sells power very cheaply to CEC, the $1 billion company you're talking about. Then CEC then sells the same power that it gets from Zesco to the mines and to the DRC at an exorbitant price. So Zesco has been placed in a situation where it will perpetually make losses, because for every kilowatt of power they buy from Mwamba collieries, they have to pay. They have to borrow literally, because they buy it at 14 cents and sell it at 6, 7 cents to, both commercial and domestic users. And then the power it produces, it will give, companies like CEC at 3-4 cents, which then who then sell it at a very, very high profit, up to 18 cents if they are selling per kilowatt, if they are selling to the DRC. The killing of Zesco you are talking about is literally a technical plunder of Zesco to an extent where our people don't see where the problems of Zesco come from, but they are just induced by these unfair agreements. Currently, President Hakainde Hichilema has loaded that Zesco with a lot of new power purchase agreements where Zesco is mandated to buy power from these independent power producers that they will, and government, Jito, President Hakainde Hichilema failed to disclose these agreements. How much will Zesco buy this power? And I'm glad that you've tackled even the issue of power traders, and I hope you will attend to that matter quickly as well.
I can just actually give it, I wanted Zambians to see how it happens. Look, IMF is not a miracle. This is how it works. There are people who put money in IMF. So what these people do is, they come to IMF, they give it money, and say, IMF, here is money, go and give Zambia. Go and lend Zambia. But in the process, allow us to deal business with Zambia without Zambia benefiting. So that's how it works. That's how it works. In exchange, these people are coming to Zambia and getting deals here, but we are getting nothing. Let me give an example further. Hakainde has signed 3 power supply contracts for export. One with what they call enterprise power, known as Any Power. Any Power exports electricity to the DRC. Next, there is Canona, sells electricity to DRC and South Africa. And then there is also another company as Greenco. It sells our electricity to South Africa, Mozambique, Namibia. Now, let me show you. If what happened last year is not an atrocity, then Zambians correct me. Last year, we drought. It was the peak. 2024, Zambia. It was peak. Load shedding at 2 hours. Let me tell you. On 2nd April, at the peak of drought, 2nd April 2024, Hakainde Hichilema signed a contract and gave Any Power, Enterprise Power Zambia, a license to sell electricity to DRC. 1 hour. We signed a contract, and I can tell you the license number is SL/EE/TRN/2024/02002/1. This was a deal to sell 50 megawatts to the DRC Congo. And they are backdated because they had already been selling, and I don't know under what contract, without a contract, they were selling electricity as early as August 2023. So they gave this company a license to export Zesco power in 2024, but they were already selling by August 2023. Isn't that criminal? They opened another company, Canona, and if you go, you go and check these companies. These are illegally operating companies in Zambia. Companies that have failed to disclose the beneficial owners. And it's illegal in Zambia to register a company who declare beneficial owners. And the Pakra the Sambamo. To flag them as non-compliant companies. But there's no one in Zambia who has got the audacity to come and ask, but how is an illegally operating company selling electricity? Who do they even pay tax to? God knows who. So we have a group of people that are leading this country, and they are hemorrhaging it. But Elon shedding, God have mercy on me. Elon shedding to kwete. We are not supposed to have it. Infuna ya liloka mwebantu ya liloka. Na ndebukisha. Uyu mwitu oyu uwaluparanga ine. He was saying no, amenshi yafikire tamwashi amenshi ala kukola 3 months so na afika mu matipomo. Ba mwitu amalaiti yachiri mu matipa. Amenshi mwachiri ku matipa nega oko yajikulya. You know, when you have people who have lost sight of the importance of integrity, the country will die. We've never been in a place where we are right now, where people are deliberately looting the country, stealing from the country. These we have now are criminals. And Zambians, if we let these people take this country beyond 2026, tukashale misakalala, tukashale misakalala. I'm advising you because anyone de chula, kubuchushi bale telemon.
Thank you very much. You've touched the issue of load shedding. The government even forgets what it says. First in January, they said, you have to forgive us. The rain have just come. Water has to, run all the way from Kafue and from Zambezi and from the Zambezi plains to right to Kariba. And they predicted that by June, we will not have load shedding. Our country, this is July, our country is still being load shedded 19 hours a day. Our people only have power for 5 hours or less. Even the 5-hour schedule is a disruptive one because sometimes power will be gone for 2 days. So they forget even what they pledge. And this for me is a greater worry because no one takes responsibility to what happens. They don't even adhere to what they promise. Kasonde, why do we still have load shedding?
It's simple. Na mwishiba mama for baba. Ukuiba kwa dilowa. Kulabati na ladi yakufepa nono. Wasangati kashfiali wa mefi. And mwemena Zambia, these people have been testing us. Basta leta kuka load shedding ka 3 hours. Tatulandile. Tana mwishiba na Zambia fiali pualala. Let's make it 4 hours. No dilana. Ba checking ama pressing ama defend mona. The atmosphere is okay. We can extend it again. The companies, let me give an example. Right now as I'm talking, Hakainde last month was launching a solar power plant here in Kabwe, Central Province. And he said his solar power plant, yala later, is it 1,000 megawatts into the grid? Meanwhile, as he's doing that, he has already signed a contract with the mines that by mine to allow me supply 1,000. Now Mushiba, solar, tayaba definite. At every day, Makula producer 1,000. It's not possible because Akasuba, it shines different on every other day. Ngakwina cloud cover, you don't even make electricity. But whether we make electricity using that power plant does not sell electricity to Zesco. No, that solar does not sell. It only has a promise saying, if you talk about panga malai, talk about grid, but Zesco, tuale na malai kumain. So, that company is a private company. It is selling electricity to Zesco. So what happens even when it doesn't produce? Even if it doesn't produce, it still gets paid because it still sells electricity. Which electricity? Electricity that Zesco has made. That solar company does not make electricity to sell. It has just promised that it will be making electricity and put per grid. So since Twakula Vika, this amount of electricity, Zesco tuale in this grid. Because if that power solar was the one selling, the mines can't even agree to buy electricity from a solar plant, which is not stable, which is not predictable. So what is happening is these people have made shells. The power plant, we give credit, but that cannot produce the electricity that they are selling. So in the process, Valeria, ukubomfya Zesco. So Zesco ena ile twala malaiti. And on paper, it is showing that it is receiving from a solar plant, when in fact it is not. So this is how they are stealing. So load shedding will not continue. Abantu na beshibati mu energy omubengeva ukuiba antatwairuke. Right now, if they cared for you Zambians, if they cared about you, refrigerator, if they cared about you, if they cared about you, that electricity will come to you. Numba abantu balitemwa na mwishiba. Imwe mwe na Zambia mule chula mule fwa fya malaita timuli owali mwipikire. These people are in a race. Bale foko ba billionaire. A preoccupation yabo. Let's become billionaires. Bale mwono kuta compete na bena Dangote omo bale fimwena. Imwe mwe na Zambia muli ntanto. And what they have done is they have made sure, na ba believe na kubelieve 2026 they believe they are going to win. It will take God and you Zambians uniting, working all of us together and remove these people. Otherwise, let me give you an example. ECZ, in January, 10th January 2025, by ECZ, Bali paid a contract of $2.4 million to a company known as Action Global Trading. Now, what is so peculiar? aka company ekakachita manage ama elections yamu 2026. It will be doing a biometrics, checking are you really registered or not. Number, what is so peculiar? Aka company, let me give you the details. Aka company was registered in Mauritius 2021. 2021, it's a new company. 2021, takashitapo na experience na nguimo, takashitapo contract na my elections are not even ku church na ngwa my elections ya kuchiriro na ku section. It has never done. Now I paid a contract 2.4. Who is the owner? This company was closed in England, was dissolved in 2021. It went and registered. And who is the owner? The owner of this company is a young man. I'm not disputing Mwenda Mama young men. No, I'm also one of them young man. The name of this young man is Jean Jerome. Jean, what Jean here for? Jean Jerome, ndelanda febuno for not na Jean tamwafishibe. Imwana we don't speak French. Mutsumu tualikati. Jean Jerome Bilbao. Jean Jerome Bilbao was born in 1998. Then I was in grade 8. So Jean Jerome Bilbao is a French young boy without any experience. Over Hakainde ba pere. He's now 27 years old. Over pere, he contract to come and monitor the 2026 election. This boy has got no capacity. I'm checking up LinkedIn. LinkedIn. Now Google. Check this young man. They can say no, he has got experience. He has got no experience, no capacity. But Bamu pay la power to run the 2026 election because they know this is a shell company. It is them that are going to run the 2026 election. Now tell me, why would they go and get an experienced boy? They let go of experienced companies with the capacity, and the most people in Zambia, how many 27-year-olds do we have in Zambia with companies like this? There are plenty. They have got experience, at least Bambi, but you makonama monitor my elections, maybe even kuchech. But this young man has never done any, but we are going to test drive him on the 2026. Now, by elections, we are not involving him. We are just waiting for the major cake, 2026. Zambians, ukukubuta, ukukwangala. These people think we don't think. They think, because people are saying what they are doing is going to get through. Zambians, I'm appealing to you. This is the only Zambia you have. And if you don't decide the shape it to go in, abantu bakamidelela bad. And right now, whatever they are doing is to make sure that they win the 2026 election. This is how already they are rigging. They should tell you, how did they give this opaque company the contract? How? Where is the transparency? How did they?
But President,
the same reason.
But yes. President, would you trust Mwangala Zalomis and McDonald Chipenzi to run the Electoral Commission of Zambia? Would you trust them to deliver a free and fair election in 2026? And if not, what are you doing about it?
You know, to expect Mayoba Zalomis, with all due respect, Chipenzi to run the 2026 elections, that can't happen. This Ngoliambwa is not possible in this life or the life to come. Chimono kushire mbushine mimena tayariye. It's not possible. Those are non-cadres, and their interest and allegiance lies to the UPND. They want to stay in power and eat. So now you tell me, people that are already eating, what interest do they have to allow the will of the people behead? Those people have come to eat. And the problem is how they belittle the public consensus. They think they got into power, and how they look at us, why they think we are dunderheads is what beats me. That's why I woke up every day and they say, no, lelo, to allow chief registrar. Registrar, uwakulanzi, ba mayo ba masebo, na Hakainde. Vana kulanza, you chief registrar, a junior officer, a clerical officer, touch upon a law at ewa kulachita council, no kuchita approve. Ama title deeds. Sure. In a country, wana want to abasambirira. Hakainde, but no tiba ku school. Iskuru nshi. Because any logical thinking person would know, as a matter of fact, that the title deed is a crescendo of ownership of land ownership. Nga wakwata title deed, chimono kwata degree. Chakulanga tiwa alisambirira. Chimona marriage certificate. Nga wakata church paper, nchwaishwa tabaka shibandi. Abalume bandi na kwata certificate. Nomba basa ndafati, we certificate mwa kwata marriage. Secretary, wa ba town clerk twampama kaya kukansa marriage certificate imuna kwata muna abana abali 6 uyesa kansa shati chupu echichapwa. For you to cancel a marriage, you need to go to court. For you to cancel a title deed, you need to go to court. If you are serious, you need to go to court to change them. And who are these criminals who have woken up today and they say, "Tuala pela click," for lack of better terms, who are sambila feloringa in it? Ese ambio cancer. These people, they are insulting the integrity, the collective integrity and wisdom of us and our forefathers. If you think about laws, me, I'm a lawyer, 2 degrees in law. The concepts are standard. For you to tamper with tenure and ownership of land, you need to subject it before the courts of law so that you are ahead. Some people are saying, no, Kwadiba Land Acquisition Act. Yes, there is Land Acquisition Act. But for you to even use the Land Acquisition Act, you still need to go to court. The court need to produce an order, the order to allow you to get the land. So now,
you know, Mr. President. Yeah, Mr. President, you know what surprises me is sometimes a naivety. I think it has to do with President Hakainde Hichilema himself. It's like he doesn't know that some of the things he wants to resolve exist already. For example, we have a specialized court to deal with the issues of land. This is the Lands Tribunal. It was created, it was created in 1996, through the 1995 Lands Act. If there are inadequacies with the Lands Tribunal, and mostly because government and the judiciary rarely funds it, it's supposed to be present in every district, but I think it's only in Lusaka or Ndola. The Lands Tribunal is an effective tool to resolve all this. All land disputes, because that is a court. So to now take away the powers of the Lands Tribunal and vest it in the Lands Commissioner, I think is partly criminal because, all land sitting where good farmlands are, where good ranches can be set up, where mines, gold, copper, and others are sitting on, then can just be given and grabbed by one single person appointed by the president, whose loyalty is just to the president, not to the constitution, not to the people of Zambia. This particular act for me, has really scared me, because it's like President Hakainde Hichilema just wants to steal the country.
Ambassador, it's very deliberate. If there's anything which is very difficult in life, is to change what other people who were before you did. If you're doing something for the first time, we can understand if you make mistakes. But if you're going to change the law that was already there, you need to have thought through. So Hakainde can't lie that he doesn't know. He knows. Number, if you have abantu, these people, they know. But now they are wondering, look how much power we have. We have got the numbers in parliament. No one can speak. PF to Alipaya. They are sitting at a point where pride has gotten onto them. If they had the chance, they would say, why don't we even make a tower to go to heaven? That is where the UPND is. Kasonde, last week in Parliament was saying, it's not our fault that the opposition is dead. So when, because now, to them, opposition is dead. They feel they have got the power, they have got the right to do whatever they want. Right now, ilo interest yakobati bamonati nabakwatati baya bule mpanga ya mfumu badi bulire uyomu ulo wafumine kuli ati bampere malandi kulwa pula. That is not enough. No bamonati land to the for ni ne kweteka ya abantu. So what are we going to do? We are going to give ourselves power. But think about apai karapasu mai. This is a prime land jai. Ore karapafe nganda uyutwala kansa title yakwe tumupoke tumutwale kumpanga apa tupange po shopping mall. So mweva ikala maya and strategic wa fyashi bali mishirire ama plot in good places. This law is for you. Is to sort out you. Bakambira po mweva li mupao. Mule mwana timoba UPND mukalila. Aba fyashi bali kushira ka farm. Bena baka kumbwa. They will simply ukadabwa finka latana ifuma kuli ba registra baka kansa kaja and you are out, and they will say we are following the law. They will give a reason. No, we have got some other purpose for it. We are repurposing it, and you are out. I'm an architect. This is my job. I deal with land every day. Land is the best entitlement. And as economic freedom fighters, what we are focusing on is we make sure each and every Zambian has got land entitlement. If it managed to come and overturn it, oh, where is your manifesto? This is our manifesto. As economic freedom fighters in Zambia, whether you are rich or you are poor, you will have land entitlement. We'll make effort to make sure we create land for you, housing for you, accommodation for you. We will do that because we care about you. Abofu badechita nabakumbwa malandi nali umfuati no vembe nabakumbwa papale kalabaya shiba ediga lumbu kuchifwema at no landi yakudisha twala tupoke, but because namkwata title deed tukakansa fe. Who does that? So as economic freedom fighters, we condemn that. And Zambia, come 2026, abakuya bebere, give us a chance and see how we are going to turn around this country. If you are covered the lot of money that we are supposed to be eating in Zambia, benefiting from. Just last week, because I need to show you the true picture of how we are losing it as a country. Not chomule churida, chomule lalane nsala. You know, the weekend, anyone who watch quarter weekend, but no, when we come into power, by you see, your weekends will be lit. I don't know about by youth mweba dikobo ya chibaliti, because by youth won't say no one kumenye polero. Their weekend was not lit. But by youth mule panga mistake. I want to know ma true colors yabo. But we are still giving them attention. Still mule supporter. This is a big mistake. And I'm telling you, ngama papa fena himbi fe 5-year term. Imwana ine tukalira owe. This is a friendly warning to all of us. It's time to let these people go.
Thank you very much, Mr. President. We move to the other transition. In the opposition, you're one of those that have been affected by the harassment of the president. You staged a demonstration to protest against the Lusaka Ndola dual carriageway. It was clearly corrupt. What were your concerns around that? And we see that they moved to prosecute you on that matter without discussing the matter in court. But what was your concern on the Lusaka Ndola dual carriageway?
You know, sometimes it's peshana mano. Napa kwambia la pala pwa. You know, we thought we are the government that respects principle. I can still retract. In 2023, in March, we had a peaceful demonstration. We found that we want to have a peaceful demonstration. Today, let me go back. What happened is a different picture. We were harassed, put muma sales, we were arrested, but it's and it's now been 3 years I've been going to court. Of course, God blessing tomorrow. Bara tupingula. I know, Mr. Ambassador, you didn't know that tomorrow we're in court. Yes, I'm in court. And we have been going to court since March 2023. It's almost 3 years. We go to court almost every week. There are no cells here in Lusaka where we have not been. No, I was arrested 16 times. That's a joke. We have been in more than that. It's on that some of us because these people harass us. These people harass us. We suffer. If it does not come without a price. They have cut us off from everything. Previous government, we have been suffering like this for a long time. It's a passion and desire we have for Zambia. If we got to Amona Minerals from Zambia, because Zambia, if there is anyone leading a country and is telling you that right now, if you check last month, the government waived off duty on copper concentrates to a tune of 25,000 metric tons to a British company. Bakula send a track. No copper concentrate. He has signed. Fiakulaya fe to appendire yakaba 18,000 trucks for the next 3 years. 2 years. For the next 2 years, Fiakulaya fe. No duty, no tax. What do they get? Of course, they get kickbacks. When we staged a protest, a demonstration over how they were doing the Lusaka and Dora dual carriageway, they prosecuted us, they put ourselves. But today, as I'm talking to you, for ZNBC, yesterday, ZNBC released a report at the Dora Lusaka dual carriageway, works have stored. Now, I mean, now at they have stored impia now, but shakunaps. But excuse in chat, no, because I want to vandalize ama Zesco power lines. What's the connection between people vandalizing Zesco power lines and you constructing a road? There's no connection because those things are part of the budget. Ukufichita guard is part of the road budget. I'm an architect, I design roads. And my PNGs, that's what you put. Who will be taking care of Zesco power lines? Already, they have stored works, but they kukupoka amatofis. Amatofis yana badepoka. So that thing, they took money from the people, from NAPSA. In fact, yesterday I even received another phone call that Impia Shama pensioners are Pokubadi. The Hakainde was challenging, saying, tell me which pensioners. But I didn't mean pensioners. At Kasonde, please, don't just sit there. Go to pensions there. People haven't been paid. A lot of people. But the president has got even the audacity to come and challenge and say, if there's anyone who hasn't been paid. Now I'm taking you, whoever became PM NAPSA. Very soon, that NAPSA will be giving us problem because already, impia ba dibudi de ba tuwa de impia ku dual carriageway. There's, kupanga $1 dual carriageway is a good thing. That's a death trap, yes. That road needs to be made, yes. But a good thing should not be used as an excuse to steal money. There is no way you can make a PPP. PPP with who? PPP with government. Nokuyabula, macro ocean. Ishale taponangu fimo. Macro ocean has not brought anything because the expertise are from Zambia. If we engineers to repair road pipe. Impia shiref makunapsa. So we have always asked by UPND, macro ocean finshale tako. But right now as I'm talking to you, ngamulepito muma target. Aba poke impia ni ma macro ocean. The question is, by macro ocean, finshale tako. Padi project PPP ni twende babirite mwenso. Each one should bring something. Up to now, I'm asking on behalf of the people of Zambia to imoba Hakainde Hichilema. Bamirupi. Tell the people of Zambia, what has macro ocean brought in that PPP? Tell me. Because whatever expertise they could have brought, road RDA can, ZNR can do. So they brought macro ocean as a shell to steal money. And right now, as I'm talking to you, they are stealing money. Because there is nothing that thing is doing. Macro ocean is not doing anything. That's why name Pia Nomba Shamboku Pabamboku Iminina. Bamboku Iminina. And at this juncture, and at this rate we are going, Zambians, ine shibe pobufi, ambe pobufi abantunga badi njipaya. Tabangala no kwangala, but they are heartless. Nakunganda anybody said even, but ichitusunga nilesa because there is no law against telling the truth. Atuna be pobufi mwe na Zambia fenga tualifwa. Ichatusunga chishinga muri Yesu Kristo. So I'm telling you, we are standing, we are fighting, and I'm inviting you, Zambians. This is the time for you to stand with us as economic freedom fighters. Let us rescue this country. Let us give it a real overhaul. Let us start something new that we can be proud of. 2026 is a turning point. It's a pivotal moment, Zambians, for you to create a country. If we're not to be couple, Firamule Kumba Burkina Faso, Abena Traori Baja, we will do even better. Bakesa Mkusambirira Kuno. Utwalikwata team kwa wabena changala siyami. Wabena mbale. Awena Nick Matpa, Vambiteti Marum, maybe to Mwamba to our bengi. And these people, we consult and we love this country and we are ready to die for this country. Me, I don't care what they're gonna do for me. I love this country. And for your information, me, I will not run. Me, I will not run. I'm telling you, I will not run. Whatever you're gonna do, we are not running. We have a mandate and a duty to liberate this country. If this soil, in this soil, and I'm not going anywhere. Last week, to Adipa Court, they attacked us. Ukwisa to attack Court 9. Court 9, UPND Skada came at Court 9. It took the magistrate to rule, but it was not out of cowardice, but because we respect the courts. We'll be there at court. But I know they will come again. But we will not be afraid. If we take to the Tina, we'll be here and stand. If they take us out, they will have to face our children. If they take our children out, they will take care of our children's children. But Zambia will never be in a moment where it will lack remnants. People that love this country with their life and that are ready to stand for it. Trust me. Just last week, apparently my Secretary General audience, just last week, I received people from Wengwa. From Wengwa. They came to tell me, no, actually, by UPND, by Hakainde, by panga for deep tank imo in Wengwa. One deep tank in Wengwa. Nafweba ku Wengwa, turechura. And if they think I'm lying, let them prove me if I'm lying. Because even just 2 weeks ago, there are 2 cows that died. Those people that were there, the people that came, they were saying, a cow dies at your farm. Workers are afraid of eating. They choose just to burn. That's how close we are with the people, even in the south. As we believe in uniting Zambia, we want to live war. Whether you are in the south, we are with you. Whether in Balaserand, we are with you. Whether you're in northwestern Kulabaide, Umaba, Navesuba, Bepa, Kumufumbwe, we are with you. If there was a time when Zambia was deliberately united as EFF, that's our prima facie duty. We will unite this country. And I'm even promising you, Mwamba Ikalaku Southern Province, Mwamba Ikalaku Northern Province, when we come into power, my recruitment, if you are in Northern Province, we recruit you, we are sending you to Southern Province. So that you come and realize that those people are people like you. Those in Western Province will recruit you as teachers, as nurses, will send you not the UPND to consult. No, us will send you to go and explore. Me, my father, when he started work, he was moved from his province to another province. That's why us, people like me, we are born Namashna Saranganat Kasonde Mwenda. Imitundu sheka combined. That's why some of us, things like tribalism, because we are already born out of marriages that were mixed. So this is one thing we'll do as economic freedom fighters. Under our reign, Zambia will unite in a way people have never seen. Sometimes I see some of my colleagues, but they mituka, you can even see from the names, some people are insulting you. You can even tell what that's why they know you. Those are the things when we come out, we address bluntly. Tribalism. Because he's a beneficiary. He would want it to continue. Give us a chance, 2026. We'll unite Zambia. You will see.
Takuri kushinshikila. Yeah. Thank you, Mr. President. Wonderful. Now, someone has just texted me that they are in an area, I think in Makeni, where they use, 22 cents per kilowatt, and he bought power worth 500 kwacha, and it only gave him 65 units. You can imagine how expensive power has become. Mr. President, let's tackle the issue of unity of the opposition. Have you engaged in uniting with your colleagues in the opposition? There is Tonse Alliance. There is a united Tonse Alliance led by Honorable Given Lubinda. There is United Kwacha Alliance led by Honorable Sakwiba Scotta. There is other groupings such as the Zambia We Want, where Muhabi Lungu, Mr. Mwansa and others are. Are you part of any grouping, and what are your thoughts about the opposition uniting?
Balandati, ichikwanka, pachimwena mumampalanya. It's one thing to claim that you are united and another thing to actually be united. If we no mwaiche wanashinga mukaramba wanichi bifetari. Ngana umfu apunda tima yokunene nafwa. Na ukungu tiketi wa amwafwa. Ngato wa umfu ati awe. Wa Given Lubinda babe katamu. If as economic freedom fighters, tula de kafioso future chita. Tuayalwa. Nitwa umfira tiba ediga lungu. Na abanyantirida. Batasila. Na abakanya. Atubabebe nga mwafika kwa airport. Tukamyanka fi eva deki. We went to the media, produced a statement, and stood with Tasila. Mwamba daba mistria ras. Okay, there's no need for me to beat my own drum, but for the sake of record, nsumisheni ndandi.
Mkwai. Tapawa kufisa pano.
Emma's Dale. Mule usha bakanamba.
Mkwai.
Mule usha mami tule pa Emma's Dale.
Yes.
Nali na ba mayo na twalishire kulya. Because we know how important you are. Ba Mwamba. If Bambi Bayibe party, they're even in an alliance with people. Bambi Ninso Kafie. As we love our fellow opposition. And if today they want us to work together genuinely, umufumaluka, we are more than available and we are already working with them. What we cannot tolerate is indiscipline. Is people becoming cantankerous, being clever than others. For them to have power. Some of these people, we have worked with them. Some of them are just like this same man in power, Mr. Hakainde. They are the same people. So what we want is Zambia number one. If anyone is speaking economic freedom for the people of Zambia, that one is already in an alliance with us. Anyone who is ready to be selfless and to save the people of Zambia does not even need to ask us. We are already in an alliance. We are not after power, We are after a dream. And a dream to start a Zambia that we can believe in. A Zambia that is untainted. Mwamba. You know, atrafu aenda manga twalire ndalama. Inena lile buku balandele abakainde ati The Economist. Inena alembere. The Economist lile buku ati The Economist akainde Hichilema. Inena alembere. Ngana alefu aenda na maku UPND. Ngana alidia. I'm an architect. Ngana aliba design. Na community house ba designer ile. Palevu mbombera. Irati na designer nishini ndara no tulo. That's how much I'm vested in these things. Meaning, technically, we can find contracts. But we have chosen to forsake fiancé filia for the dream of liberating the next generation Zambia. Kuliaba ichaba leiso, kutatulefo bakachule fo tuachulire. Ineli mochilanga lipa. Aba fiashi beso, bakalamba beso. Let me give an example. Hakainde abali in power. When they were leaving university, balesanga ma scholarship yale balolera. Balesanga nchito shile balolera. Hakainde was sent to Birmingham. I'm the one that wrote his life. I know his life. I know his Kalomo days. I know how many opportunities they found. Now it's an insult. You show my channel stanga pa grade 12 finish adesanga. Adesanga load shedding. Adesanga nsala. And umuntu, you know, we are representing a people that are very hate. Our youth mlemona, they are hate. Bali ba hate aba ichaba because man yumfwa. Ineba tatafya abandi. Mr. Ara Mwenda. Kachibamala ngachibata tatanga ni banani banda tibaka pwepwe nganisha nikatwishi mwebe nfu mulando. But nalikuwa taba Mwenda wale tamba no kutamba. So what I'm saying is that our parents na batata wasiyame wale tamba kundo kukitu. What I'm saying is that the new generation walikuwa ta dream, and the people who want to work with us should respect our dream of a Zambia not tainted by poverty. That we fall uchushi in the new Zambia. I am a minerals ifuma story fiawe na Hakainde ukula pera basungu. Kuwaya. We want to own those minerals. So before we even go into an alliance with somebody, they need to share those principles, because that we folk to poselling, that kale pitana no, bakese banga Hakainde. We don't want to waste that time. We don't have time to waste. Twalichula sana. Ine man time fike ku university na ende na makasa ine. Ukufuma ko kitwe. Kwisa kurusaka. Nde ba Mwamba ni mwampokelere mvamdana mikata ime. Ni mwampokelere imwe. Mwampokelera mwantora kwiba dollar siria. Imwe na ine. Ba dollar siria chesters. Kupa mozo hotel maybe mwaliraba.
Injibukishako muntu wandi. Efe na chitafingi kuchalo.
I'm sorry so much.
No, please tell the nation. Tell the nation.
You were trying to help me.
Yes, tell the nation.
You were trying to help me. But you and me, we were chased in the corridors of Pamozi Hotel. I was only in the university then. That was 20 shan. And when you paid my years because of me, what I shot me, I cannot. But all I'm saying is, you called me. Naila benzi yenu ya blue. Ni stuff man kuisenda kukaringa. Wafuma wale lungisha.
Yeah.
I'm not why chula sana na imu amdala. That's why mfude mwa tungilira mu EFF. So what I'm saying is that we have a dream, and our dream is not for sale. We are not ready to be used. But I used to once say, whoever believe that your future can be good, EFF is your party. I have learned that, let me give you an example. Uka. I was a founding member. I can show even on my phone. I was among the first 3 that formed it. Along the way, I was kicked out. How do you kick out a founder? Sure. Now, meeting him. Some people are too clever. That's why we are hesitant to kuomba because to adibesho mingalato. As we want to come to table with people that respect us. That me have got 4 children. 4 Mwamba 4. So I program. 4.
Now, Mr. President, and thank you for reminiscing. I remember the Minister of Education and Higher Education at the time was Doris Leah, and I pledged to connect him to you because you were unfairly suspended or expelled from the university, or because you were a student leader. And there are many people like you that have, in the past intervened for, because I think that, they were unfairly treated. In December, I was warmed up by a young man who walked up to me and was very excited. And he says, do you remember me? I says, I don't. He says, when you were PS in Northern Province, I came to your office. I had been selected to the University of Zambia, but I had no money, I had no nothing. You didn't know me. I was seeing you for the first time, and you produced money, and you also gave me transport money. You also gave my parents money. And now as I'm talking, I've just finished my master's from Norway, and he was very excited to meet me. The issue is, for me, I was an ordinary boy, child of a miner. I became who I am because strangers opened doors for me. So that has been my motto. I don't have to know you to help you or carry you in my car or share my little resources that I have. Even you, when I read about you and, you were walking from the Copper Belt to Lusaka and you wanted to be reinstated, and I just had to do what I could in my small way. I don't know if our dear sister Doris Leah, who was minister at the time, if she remembers that she refused to see you because you had caused her problems as a student leader. But I had hoped that we could mend the matter.
Removed bursaries. I fought for bursaries. That's why no free education. We have been fighting for this thing. Actually, in September of 2021, the UPND, we are the first people they looked with. My colleague who's here, Mr. Changasi, put us to myself for reminding my UPND that you promised free education, bring it. They locked us up, myself. And us, when we come into power, if free education, it will be double. Now, university could cover. Wait. 2026 today.
Now that's my point. That's my point. Is the country is in a crisis and is looking to the opposition for solutions. And the answer you've given, even from the comments from our readers, if you see, I'm monitoring comments live. Our people want you united. They want you to put your personal ego, your personal differences, your personal characters, your personal perceptions away and look at the country. The reason you've given not to unite with others, for me, is not satisfactory, Mr. President. Why are you not uniting with Binwa Mpundu, with Given Rubinda, with Fred Member, with others? Why isn't there similar effort? Because our people are looking to you, the opposition, and they fear, like what happened in the election of 2001. Let me remind you, in 2001, there was a movement to reject President Frederick Chiluba's 3rd term attempt. And it fell out to rejection of the state of the economy. There was allegations of corruption, allegations of many things. That the MMD broke up into 3 political parties, FDD, Heritage Party, and I can't remember the other party. And UPND was born 3 years earlier. And what happened is that Zambians went to that election to remove the MMD. Levi Mwanawasa was a candidate for the MMD. Only 29% voted for Levi Mwanawasa, and 71% voted for the opposition, either Christian Tembo, either General Mianda, either UNIP candidate, either Anderson Mazoka. So the opposition got 71%, got the majority, but because they were all divided, they couldn't unite. Mwanawasa slipped through with the scraping through with the 29% and became a president. This is what our people are fearing. If you people in the opposition clear you've seen the disaffection and dissatisfaction of Zambians. But they are saying, Tulevika na nyapa. And I want you to answer that question. The burden is too high for you people in the opposition.
Mwamba. Maybe nshachira umapofe bwino. For ndanda shako but nangmai pchamachanda pam my brother Binwa. Iliwa mchukweche. How many people stood up for him? How many? We stood up for him vibrantly, strongly. Boom! Did the press statement, made videos, spoke for him. Some of the people that claim they are with him, where were they? Even some of his close friends, they went into hiding. Mwamba, if there are people who love to unite, it's us. If we're in them, finish not twisa. If we are already there, it's those people who are hiding. Unite na ifwe. Let them touch any opposition today. Live wire, we are there. If we even about 2 minutes attack last week, which opposition came for us? Tell me. Which opposition came for us? Zero. But we are always there. So right now, Mwamba, this is the time for us to fight. It's a time for us to fight. If we are already united, if you will never see us fighting our opposition anyhow. But so that's quite a problem. We have got a very good political party. We want to create room for at least people we talk to. People let them, but we can't give too much detail about how the opposition is moving. Even our opponents are watching. We don't have to give out too much strategy. But I can tell Zambians, we are united. Trust me, we are united at the right time.
Mr. President, are you making efforts? Are you making efforts to join with others? You don't have to go into the details of how you're doing it, but are there efforts, or are you waiting for people to approach you? Are you taking a deliberate step to step out and reach out to the others?
But we are putting our lives even on the line for those same others we are talking about. Ngawapunda mutule uwa kubutukira bululu ove no tuloko afyati no bululu yori bululu danga umfensala bushena ni wise kupera kakodya. That is your bululu chiwe machanda tukwangala kwa chiro rupwa. The question I should ask you is, which opposition political party has been persecuted and DFF didn't stand for them? You are saying, are you making effort? We are making more than effort. We are dying for other people every day. We are speaking for Allah. Ba kata ba Fred membe nishina tuimakale. But so who is in alliance with him? My brother Harikaraba. And you know what? People should also come to the table knowing that we are not just ourselves. We are representing our youth once ever. So we are not out there just to be swallowed and used. It is time for the youth also to have a central place. So those who are ready to work with us should respect us. We are registered to the Registrar of Societies. We are one of the most stable political parties. Approach. I approached you, Mwamba. Tell people if I'm lying.
No, true.
Didn't I approach you? So who have we not approached? I can tell you once we have approached them. If you want details. All that we want is mutual respect. Mutual respect. Us, we are representing the biggest majority of Zambian voters. So we are not coming to the table as jokers. No. We know what we are carrying on our shoulders. We know who we are representing. Today, if we went to elections, the folks are bossed. So we are not a pushover. And we know. Maybe if we didn't know, we would easily be used. And some people come to us as if they're talking to boys. So we are coming because we respect what we are carrying. It's not that we don't. So today, Mwamba, today, Pitauka, today, Parauka. It's not like we are joking. We mean business. We mean business. So even when they're engaging with us, Bambiwe Sakwati, no mpena agenda, no fika isala. But now mono mwinen ale itana leader already. Fika isala sha now isala kali. So it is also healthy.
Awe, bonseba opposition if you Mwamba. But President, bonseba opposition if you Mwamba. Na imaba mulenda tingana isa mumaka.
Mwamba, you can't say that.
Chiramuntu.
Mwamba, you can't say that.
Yeah, Chiramuntu alela that when I come to. No, my point
That's what
is,
I'm saying.
my point is, yeah, my point is, it's natural for all opposition leaders to posture that they are the next government or that their leader is the next president. So I've seen it everywhere. But for me, I would consider that posturing to the principle of uniting. And I'm glad that you've put it on record that you are trying. And one of the people you reached out to me is myself. And one of the reasons you are on this program is because you believe in opposition unity. This is what we are driving. You would not have wasted time at such a short notice.
We went there to give our solidarity respect. That's how much we are reaching out. We went there. Persecuted. That's why some of us tualanda because we cared and we showed the man. Before he left, even we went there. It's because we are making effort. So we are not reaching out to alitemwa. It's misrepresentation. We are reaching out. We are always meeting these people, and it's not them coming to us, it's us going to them. Ask them if when they met us, it's them that came to us. No, it's us who went to them. So we are very much there. All that we want is mutual respect, honesty, and believing that we are an equal partner and we have a dream and we respect the people we are dreaming, people that we are representing, and we have an agenda to liberate this country. Not that to agenda. And if people don't share in that agenda, two cannot work together until they agree. We are not even in a hurry. If we are ready to fight for as long as it can be.
Thank you, Mr. President. Thank you, Mr. President. Please bear with me. There'll be some phone calls that you have to receive. This is a very busy program and people love to interact with you. Are my guests that I bring on this program. And I'm privileged. Today we are hosting EFF leader Kasonde Mwenda. And the phone lines are open. The number is scrolling there for people on TikTok. For me, for now, first, until we sort out this issue of... but we'll take the calls from all of you. The line is open and you can call. I'll be putting the phone when it comes to where to, as we are waiting for phone lines, where to on the march to 2026. It looks like we might have electronic voting. It looks like we... Where is the call? Where is the phone ringing? I think it's a Facebook. Oh, okay. Where is the call? Oh, sorry. Good evening. Please tell us your name and where you're calling us from. I'm hosting EFF leader Kasonde Mwenda.
Thank you so much, Ambassador Mwamba. My name is Patrick Chilufya from the UK.
Yes, Patrick.
Vakasonde West, Mulishan.
Patrick,
yeah, Vakasonde, you remember I called you about 2 weeks ago, and we talked a lot. I'm Patrick Chilufya from the UK.
Yes, we can hear you.
Yeah, so, Mwamba, I think what you said, Vakasonde, is true. Some Zambians, but by UPND, they are saying HH is going to win because the opposition is fragmented. Though the UPND are part of the people who are enjoying that the opposition is fragmented. So, Bakasonde Weso, trying is not enough. Solidarity is not enough. Zambia is in a terrible state today. Economically, socially, politically, everything is in a mess. We are in a crisis, though by UPND average tax set. And Vakasonde, I've heard about your policies and other political parties who have come here. Their policies are similar, especially the issue of mining. Everybody is saying these minerals are not benefiting Zambians. They are all benefiting foreigners. And we really appreciate that, because we've started realizing that not until we harness or leverage our God-given minerals, we are not going anywhere. We'll just keep on borrowing. But Kasonde, Mungu Mfwe, and the Mungu Mfwe, clearly, I'm going to mention your name 3 times. Kasonde, Kasonde, Kasonde. I think you are the big man in the room. Please, Zambians want you to be united. Plan B, should be like 1991. Egos aside, please, Mwebantu, Zambians wants you united. Abantu baledila, abantu balechula. Egos, fionse fikose nkunuma. Kasonde, get united. That's the only way. Mwamba na walanda correctly. 2001, Mwanawasa ngatawini. Opposition won the elections, but Mwanawasa was in power. And it's going to happen. And that's what UPND wants. I rest my case.
Thank you very much, Chulufia, our dear brother Chulufia from the United Kingdom. Let me just take a few calls, Mr. President, before you come in. Let me just take some few calls. Just a minute, Mr. President, just a minute. I sort out the issue of the phone. Oh, what's happening to this phone? Come on, just a minute. Okay, now we are on. Sorry, the phone was not connecting. Good evening. Please tell us your name and where you are calling us from.
Good evening, Ambassador Mwamba.
Good evening. You are live on this program. Please tell us where you are calling us from and make your contribution.
Yeah, I'll remain anonymous, so you can call me AI.
Yes.
Good evening, President Mwenda.
He can hear you.
Okay. So my question, before I even pose my questions, I would like to first tell Mr. Mwenda has mentioned a lot of Bemba proverbs. Mwenda, umuna umota usalanda. What people are saying here is we have a problem. And the problem, I want to break it down as follows. We have a dangerous president, very dangerous. And I pity for you, you're putting your life on the line. That's brave of you. I agree you've been in the forefront trying to protest, put the message across, and a lot of things you've done. I've been following your life. You've gone to prison, to police, but you're doing it alone. Take a back step and say, why am I doing it alone? We are all behind you. What we are trying to do here is that we all understand this is a dangerous president. When we talk about, I want to ask you a question, Mr. Mwenda. Do you know what Freemason is? And maybe you can tell your understanding of a Freemason. What do they do? What are their objectives? Is to hold on to power. But I'll leave it to you because probably you understand better than me. What are Freemasons? This is the country where a few weeks ago we had a Freemason conference in Livingston. We have not addressed that. Mike, let me get to the point why I'm calling. As a country, do we have a strategy other than complaining HH did this, he has sold power, he has load shedding? We all know those problems. We've defined a problem. Now, what is the solution? Here is what I'm proposing here. Have we got a plan to have an outreach to rural areas which are crucial in our country's current situation right now? Those of us in towns with smartphones have access to your messages. But what about those who don't? We need a clear strategy from the opposition to reach the rural masses, especially in the light of new cyber laws. Avoiding the politics of shouting and insults and criticizing of HH, we know is a problem. So let's not define the problem until 2026. We know the problem. speak the solution. What's the strategy? Speak with calm, share facts, and let the truth reach the people. For instance, on matters such as ECL, take the facts to the villagers, so people understand the reality of the man in power, how dangerous, how evil he is. A man who would take a widow and her children to court, claiming it is in the national interest. What is that interest? Do the people in the villages, Kwanabwali, understand the problem ECO's family is going through? What strategy does the given Lubindas, all these opposition, have they gone out to those villages to communicate? This is a former president of the country. I've not seen that. Leaders like the Kasonde Mwenda should step on the ground, which you have done. But maybe it's along the you have said you have been to villages, and I appreciate that. Do you have ward representatives, community gatherings? Who is disseminating that strategy of removing HH in 2026? Who is doing it for you? I think...
my brother, wind up quickly. As you can hear in the background, there are a lot of calls.
For me, is
yeah.
that the opposition is still all over the place. If, as we stand today, if elections were held tomorrow, we'll have a results of 2001, because the Mwendas, the KPFs, they are all over singing in a different hymn book. We do not have, we are 10 months out from elections. I still don't see you leaders, our leaders. You can even share a cup of tea together. I see the body language is, you're still in silo mentalities. Everyone wants to get a piece of cake. Guys, let's get together. Let's remove this leader who has taken away all your rights. Look at the Catholics. The Catholics can't even speak now. They know what this president has done. He's issued threats against your bishop. Is a Lucifer. What have we done about it? Nothing. So I end here, Ambassador Mwamba. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. President. As you can hear, Zambians are angry. Patricia, is that Patricia or is it anonymous? I don't know who's calling. Please tell us your name and where you are calling us from.
I'm calling you from Europe. This is Patricia Mwamba. Good evening.
Good evening, please. You are live. Ask the question for Honorable Kasonde Mwenda, who we are hosting, EFF leader.
Yes, good evening, President Kasonde Mwenda. I think he does a lot in exposing this government. He's trying his best together with his colleagues. My question would be, looking at what he has articulated, I think he has his fears of all these wrangles. To me, I look at them as normal. Some may be extreme. But my question would be, would he and his party be willing to join an alliance that has maybe some sort of concrete agreement where they sign and agree on things in case they form government? Because indeed, we need to remove the current president. It's a matter of urgency. There is no need to look back. We don't need to wire. It's a danger to the children. It's a danger to our society. It's a danger to our economy. So you as Zambians need to come together. And we need you together now more than ever. So me, just to address your fears, would you be there when alliances say, come on the table, you agree on technical matters with lawyers and make pacts together so that you are secured and you also air out what you feel like are your concerns and everybody's concern is taken into consideration and come together, not pakanwafe, but solidly with signatures and witnesses in the face of lawyers?
Thank you, my dear
to
sister.
do that? Yeah.
Thank you, my dear sister. The phones are buzzing, Mr. President. The phones are buzzing everywhere. And I can see TikTok requests. They want to speak to you. Hello, good evening. Please tell us your name and where you're calling us from.
My name is Ernest. I'm calling you from the UK.
Ernest, make your contribution.
All right. Yeah, thank you for the opportunity. I think for me,
Ernest, I think you've put me on speaker. Ernest, put it to your ear so that you are very clear.
Oh, sorry. Thank you.
Yeah, that's better.
All right.
Yeah, that's better. Now make your contribution.
Sure. My contribution, I think, is mainly on the theme that's being sung about the opposition coming together. I think it's more of just a song. I think on the practical side, I foresee that being a challenge because I think everyone would want to, be in pole position. And I think from that perspective, I think there is need to have an open sort of forum for people to share ideas. And I think once there's that consensus on what the ultimate plan is, I think positions don't have to be the main focus, because you might end up picking the candidate that won't be suitable for people's expectations. I think that needs to be addressed to a point where I think with the many options we have, I think more than 20, to pick one, that's going to be a bit of a challenge. And I think my proposals would be identifying the best candidate based on various criteria. And I think, I mean, if you don't mind keeping my number, there's other things I would love to discuss away from, public fora.
No problem, my brother. I can give you my number and the number for Mr. Kasonde.
We'll follow the proceedings as the discussion goes on.
Thank you. Thank you. Good evening. Please tell us your name and where you're calling us from.
My name is Mwenda.
Mwenda, make your quick contributions.
All right, okay. I remember Mwacheva president that once some opposition issue mulande but no mwasa mpawa mwachinja. Yes. Kwali wako ama errors ya buntu. Kwa wako nama errors aya kwa this is not an error uyu mufulo. Let me take it kuba mdala wa Hakainde Hichilema. If you bachita mufulo. If you got yabula maini bapira ma foreigners, not only that foreign wa Zimbabwe wa Africa, no, foreign no umusungu. You know wale tuchusha oba yapira maini. 2, bayabula ama road bakongole mpya kunapsa bapera omusungu wa mbokusinda taxi. 2, balefu kuleta yangane lo balefu pange ya matatu deeds. This is mufulo. No human can do that. That is inhuman. Chimbicha ichakulenga bubiri. Mr. Kasonde, I can see you are very confident, and I can't lie to you, I love you now. Because I've been following you, all your videos, and if you have a fiance from Rwanda, if you have authentic, when you are talking with the evidence and the confidence, that's the kind of person we want. But Mr. Kasonde, that is not enough. You go out, reach where you don't reach, because media, they will sell up my phone. And there are bundles, nowadays, they are very, very expensive. Just like Mwenda light. You might buy a light at 150. That's a 140 unit. Balakupira 140 units. So, if you have so I'm going to let's see your regalia. Even the time Mwenda must unite now with a certain party, you can be chosen as a president based on the number of You can do better, Mr. Kasonde.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Let me take 2 more, Mr. President, so that you then can answer. Good evening. Please tell us your name and where you are calling us from.
Good evening, Ambassador Mwamba.
Good evening.
My name is Nkole Chimfwembe. I'm calling you from California. Good evening, Mr. Kasonde.
He can hear you.
I've got 2 very quick questions.
Yes.
The first question, what guarantee are you giving to the people in your quest to liberating this country, as you are saying, that you will not turn around, as we have seen by the current guy who stood on the tallest hill and made everyone believe that, the PFO, they're not the right people to be in office. And then secondly, just as a follow-up to this question, Zambians have put it across to you, all of you politicians, we want one formidable grouping going into 2026 elections. Are you people ready to be together and come up with one formidable, front? And then what social or contract or agreement will you have with the people of Zambia that you will indeed fulfill what you are talking about? Because what we are seeing today is not pleasing at all, and it is putting a very, very, very bad image on our politics, and also, retarding development.
Thank you very much, my brother. Thank you. Hello, MK. Good evening. Please tell us your name and where you're calling from. I've called you MK already.
It's wonderful. Thank you, Ambassador. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, and good evening, President Kasonde. Yeah, I think much of what has been planned to be spoken here by me has been overtaken by events. I just want to amplify one point. I think, Ambassador, you can bear me witness. I've been offline for some time. I haven't been calling in. Reason being that I had taken it upon myself also to just try and go around the rural areas. And I want to comment on the previous caller who spoke about the opposition being in the rurals. I think we have a lot of job to do. We have a lot of work to do. I have been in the northern and Luapula for some few days, and it's really going to be tough for the opposition as long as we don't unite. So the key point here, President Mwenda, we can all want you to be in the 4-4-4 run, but still, if we don't unite as the opposition, the UPND will carry the day. And ask yourself, as you have been articulating issues there, do you want the UPND to get another 5 years after this failed 5 years?
Thank you very much, MK.
We've never had a government that just borrows for consumption, because that is what the UPND are doing. They're just borrowing for consumption, and their concentration from day one of them being in office is to win 2026. I think that's why even the monies we're asking, where is the money that we have been making going, is just being reserved for campaigns.
Thank you, MK. Thank you, MK. Good evening. Please tell us your name and where you are calling us from. Good evening. You are live. Please tell us your name and where you are calling us from. Oh, let's take another one quickly. Good evening. Please tell us your name and where you are calling us from. Yeah, hello, you are live. Please tell us your name and where you are calling us from.
Yes, this is Evangelist Alex Masuka. I'm calling from South Africa.
Evangelist, make your contributions.
Yes, I want to greet you, Ambassador Mwamba.
Thank you very much.
I'm glad that you have hosted that man. I want to contribute by actually telling him to say Emmanuel Mwamba knows me very well, and when God speaks, I think Emmanuel Mwamba can be one of the witnesses, because we rubbed a lot of shoulders when I was coming to Chiluba in 2000, and when I was here in South Africa, I refused to take your call, but today we have received my call, which is a blessing indeed. So what I want to contribute is the coming together of these political parties, more especially the opposition, must be based on fact, which is, if I can look at the EFF leader, Kasonde, he has a very different approach as compared to the rest, because ownership of natural resources, that is the backbone of his opposition. The rest, the 20 or whatsoever the number, the only thing that they want to be is just to be president. You know, just to be president, it's something different. But let's look at what Burkina Faso has done. And also let's look at what Botswana has done. This Duma Boka has declared to say he wants to get the whole mind to his people without war. So we need people like Kasonde that have declared it openly to say, we are suffering too much. whilst we are selling our natural resources outside. So this is a prophetical call. That's the reason why I'm trying to say I've been suffering to meet first President Dr. Kenneth Kaunda when I received that revelation in 1990. Second President Chiruba, the third President Manawasa. I can name them all until the late Lungu, and now Hakainde Hichilema, who has proved to be more dangerous even to my life as I speak. So now I'm simply appealing to say, by God's grace, let all meaningful opposition leaders rally behind Kasonde Mwenda as the only true leader that will liberate us. You know, Emmanuel Mwamba, I'm not talking to you for the first time. We've met, we've discussed, and I want to say that what God has revealed to me that can remove Zambia from economic slavery is ownership of minds. Let all opposition leaders, if possible, I make my comment and my commitment to say a leader who is in opposition, if he's not anointed, because this Freemason, I heard someone referring to Freemason. This Freemason is dangerous. I was supposed to have died in prison. I was arrested to say I've trespassed at UN. And when I went to Magistrate Court to represent myself, they said I'm mentally ill. But God stood for me. I ate poison. They wanted to give me lethal injection. I survived. But now, my major point of calling is that any opposition leader that just want to go in State House is going to die, because this is not only physical, it is spiritual. You know, again, the other point is opposition leaders, those who trust Mumiti, Mumanga, they cannot fight with Hakainde Hichilema. They will be killed, because he ni witchcraft association yo bapanga ikaramba ngabalelanda the CIA number security CIA 200 ninganga shiria. These are what we call witches that are protecting him. So we need a leader that can recognize God. We pray with him. Everything that they are planning, they can be dismantled. That's my word.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Evangelist. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Yeah. Good evening. Please tell us your name and where you are calling us from.
Good evening, Ambassador.
Good evening.
Good evening, President Kasonde and President Kasonde. Mwenda. My name is Anonymous from Bando. I just want to say this out of love for Zambia. I'll be quick and candid. I think HH will win the 2026 elections because all the opposition political parties are overrating themselves, thinking that their zeal is enough to remove HH from power. Let me put it this way. HH is in government. He has control. ZA is his head. And the police, he has money. He is power hungry. And he will do whatever it takes to destroy anyone who stands in his way. The 2026 elections will be lost by the opposition because most of these political parties are naive and living in fantasy land. However, there's a silver lining because Zambians have spoken, they have communicated that if the opposition political parties are united, HH and UPND will lose.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Anonymous. Thank you very much. Mr. President, I want to give you this and other questions for you to answer. Are we underrating President Hakainde Hichilema? Someone told me that you people are really underestimating Hakainde Hichilema. You think that the troubles of the country, the cost of living crisis, the unending poverty, the load shedding is enough to kick Hakainde Hichilema out. He says, look, this is a guy with his support and forces managed to dislodge a sitting government. What about now when he's enjoying the power of incumbency and is sitting on the powers that come with the presidency? Are you going to dislodge him? I think begin with that, because our people begin to feel hopeless sometimes. They think that their vote is not enough to dislodge a person like that who won power from the opposition, got the reins of power, and now has installed a dictatorship.
Thank you so much Mwamba, and ukutasha sana zikomo kwambiri wonse makolazi vemakamba vamveka naise tina matundise bantu twasanta mwane kambo apeshe natumfwa, and leadership is learning formulate tama contribution natumfwa, and your concerns nayo mfika Mwamba mwaleta very important issue. Are we underrating Hakainde Hichilema? Mwewe na Zambia, I would want to remind us oko tulefuma we are the president wako ebati ngawalanda ti Hakainde will lose 2026 tiba kuseka because the man had the grip on power. Nothing stays the same. Uyu Hakainde tukwete inonshita. It's not the Hakainde we had in 2021. The one we had in 2021, 2022, that was a strong man. But this time, Hakainde is gone. I'm not saying we are underestimating him, but the truth must be spoken. There is one thing to have a weak leader and removing him. Those are two different things. So right now, what is most important for Tuamonazba, EFF, Hakainde is gone. Let's be very honest, it's gone. Hunger, if you know, hunger, it's enough to remove a president. I'm not underestimating. Ziwa alone is naive. We are not naive. Bambibai karama yakon. If we karamu ground. I know we don't know everything, but let them not underestimate the knowledge of the system. We live this system. So we know. But now, it doesn't mean because Hakainde Hichilema has become weak, he's gone. No. What it requires right now, and that's what we are concentrating on, what is important right now is to work. If you are that president, people sometimes are coming alliance just to choose who should be president. That is not what is important right now. What is important right now is to open up the eyes of the people. When you see us, no, Kasonde boring actually. I do not have energy to talk so much. You think we talk a lot? No, it's because we know the price we need to pay. We need to talk. Tell the people. We need to. Right now, there's only one thing I would ask the opposition. If I had the way, I'll tell them, can you stop the squabbles? Can you stop the power struggle? Let's just campaign. Let's educate the people. Let's open the people's minds. People don't have a problem choosing. But even instead of us telling the people at Hakainde Hichilema, elections, we start now talking every day. That's why even in this meeting, the only miscarriage I would find is that you allowed us to discuss too much about the alliances. Right now, alliance is actually important, actually start trivialized. But even if we come together, if we haven't campaigned, how can we win? So right now, I would advise each and every political party, go out there, tell the people, show them if it's Hakainde, tell them how things can be better. I know our strategy could not be the best, but I know right now, the best important thing is to open the people, give them information. Information is power. They need to know what is the plan for the opposition. It's not that we focus on the president to our opposition. That's not what is important right now. People want to know what is your plan when you come in. So how can people know what your plan will be if you haven't talked to them? Sometimes abantu bali etasha ukuti ba opposition we are even competing. Nangumwana kashkwena. Ko afika group mwaikara pa matibane pali ifuna nwala afwa udia. Okay, iwe boy pick iwe kamfwa. No. You should give a girl a chance. Mwaya mama manifesto asala pomo. We should not take Zambians for granted. Allow us, the opposition, to put our manifestos to Zambians as political parties and let Zambians say, I think plan yawa chite na itemwa. Maybe the Kenya chite batungurule. You can't have predetermined leaders. If you for to work on if you interfere with no ego. Takuna ego.
So sorry, Mr. President. Let's just add some more. You'll be collecting the thoughts as we go. Let's just add some more. Good evening. Please tell us your name and where you are calling us from. Elas Mwanza, make your contributions quickly. Emkwai chalo chonse chiretu mwa.
Neulandirako ama online taxi drivers bonse muno mu Zambia.
Emkwai ba Elas.
That kwato bwafya ba Mwamba no yumunensu yu Minister of Transport yudali. If Duba Mwamba, Fiadi or Naika, Twadiesha, Pangama submission, we are amongst the team that is framing the SI number 19 of 2024 last year. So we are the framers. Tuleshana balati satwa ikalama meetings then batatanga fyafika ku Ministry of Transport ninshi fyapelela open aba politician ba UPND ba Mwamba na twenda na tuisha na tushunguluka the Ministry of Commerce, the Ministry of Justice,
Bamwansa
abafa pamulando waichi yango balete chichi nangwechi
Bamwansa Imo, what is your issue? Bamwansa,
the president ever issued a statement kwebati twalajita so bonse bali ba quiet kwatina kali mutabai shiberiyashi. We have gone everywhere up to the president kulia kuine ku State House kulia twatwala maletazi bakateka twasukeni because last protest yetu twafairo kupanga twafairo kuyabemini na mulamwine mufimu timu lya nokulala about 20 days ukulolela mpaka bakateka bakese ku State House. So bali twiminika ba Minister of Commerce ba Commerce, thank you very much bamulenga chipoka bantu baumesana bali kwata director wa Commerce. She's very strictly able to communicate. Let's deal with this matter using CCPC. So, ababantu beso abamwe bafyashi na abatupesha twaenda ichendende muno mu Zambia. Corruption has reached the highest. Parasti palapa kwebati. Imagine starting from 2022 ukufika lelo pano tweshafyo kula ministries yonse andelumbula ukula papata ukwebati bachita address ama issues ya ama drivers ababa lechula abachira 22 kwacha and no one has ever been talking. They are scared. Bali yesesha ababa nani kane bapini wa mpundu baisa mfuati kwali wa SI baperera kupedi babutuka batata banani twali bakonkere bakalaba baisha bamfuafi atyo shali baikala zi bonse aba bantu aba balakano ko bati bapalamine bese bomfuikishe bushe muperere pesa so that they have information bafu afyo kula nda fyo kuchita issue to statement kutwa palauto tata ba Kasonde nalite mwasana lya mwale ndondorera ide life mwakwete kunani kale kuma mwini lunga kulya mwaile mukuchula mumpanga ine naile mukuchita investigate mu makapompo ukwishibe efyo bekala abantu mumpanga naile mukuchecking efya pala mabwe ama timba efyo bapanga ama corruption kwali banga mwafika paka pompo pala paba ama department ali about 5 ayalolekesha pali timba so nga mwafika ba Mwamba wesu paka pompo mfuire na mukumanisha ama paper la first yonse kunani kane mwa baba chifu bashani yala kumana about 15,000 elo nomba bala misenda mwa kopi bamisenda mwakuli ba ZNS bamisenda mwakuli ba polisi bapanga ka timu kalya elo nomba mwabalisha munomba elo nomba balasuminisha basaina bonse elo chimu chichenda nomba. There is a lot of level of corruption na lichita investigate sana konse kupompo kumaninga kumufumbwe na ku Kasempa. So Muzambia muno abantu ba Mwemba ba Kasonde abashaenda tabala ishibe filifyonse ukwishiba ni pesa tupelele iyi mlani video la tumitumina ba Mwamba panani kane na chilalanda pamulando wa babarats bale tinya abayiche kubunani kane kase ku Eastern Province bali ishibe fe bachula pa kusanga onda ukukwata onda kumushi bali beshiba no kubeshwa twali babarats elo baya ikata abantu then they issued ama threats ukwebati ifwe twalami katatu ala twalika ero nambo kubakalipira baratsana ndamu shube fumule chitefu mwala le time bala ambo kubalowa bali ama officers mule tumakulia and you people you are going to be very safe na muikala muno mulusaka go and investigate and put your officers undercover and start investigating.
Thank you Bamwansa lekeni tusende kona ambia cause I know you speak for a good group but let's pick some more cause. Let's pick some more calls. Good evening. Please tell us your name and where you are calling us from.
This is Ambassador Mwamba.
Bamunkonge from East London in South Africa. London poyama.
Mkwa Kasonde. Okay, ine mkumana kwandi Kasonde tabakwete wafya because balingira sana mu ground umo n'abakwatako n'okwishyura amano y'aba opposition ofo yaba so uko bapamo ba opposition te problem bakabafe bwino pamo na ngefini balelanda lyonse mwingalalanda ama tactics efe mwingachita ine ninchetekero kweba chite kubyo bwafya kuri bakasonde kuomba na ba opposition pamo abakachimvye ubuteko abena bali muri uboru bali bakonkanye pofe ukulaye babena Zambia efyo ubuteko kureka sefi tunefyo kwakasabani lelo ishita ya kuimika ukabalida pali bonse ba opposition ikafika ishiretwishika but pali ino nshitatu ikwata sana kwa tukumona kwa tilimbi bakasonde kuti baitemwa teti baitemwa munshira imbi it's better baba fenge fine but nabeshwa movement yabo for idea nabeshwa na bena Zambia for bali for bachira pendo ko ebati na bekala mufungo ko murando akurandira bena Zambia kuna last point nga yafika ya kutitira bena Zambia for bali for teti bakani hao bena Zambia nga balera ndati bali for aba opposition bekatani epo bali temwa bena Zambia teti bakure mungu muno wapakati lero tumwa bapera kufe chance ngefine bale sokorora kufe fintu but de ineni njisho ko batika fika teti bayibere beka bakasonde na group yabona bachangala teti bayibere hao nchitoro ikafika na bantu nomba bro bakeshibo ko batao kanshi Zambia ko ifikire napa bipa.
Thank you back. Thank you very much, my brother. Thank you. Let's just take a few phone calls, more phone calls. The phone is jammed, so we can't allow people to talk for more than a minute. Good evening. Please tell us your name and where you are calling us from.
Good evening, Ambassador. Good evening, President Kasonde Mwenda.
Good evening.
Ambassador, we really missed the program some past days. I was worried, I don't know. Yeah, but nevertheless, call me Kwenu. I would like to contribute on the program. My worry is the manner our government is trying to enact laws. These bills they are trying to present into Parliament. This land issue, the title issue where the government wants to give power to a junior officer to cancel a title deed is uncalled for. This thing is going to bring acrimony in this country because as long as you are not in good books with the power that be, whether you are an investor or you are just a peasant farmer or just a citizen of Zambia, you have your land record or title being revoked. Now, these are the same things that happened in Zimbabwe. The only difference is that in Zimbabwe, Dr. Mugabe was getting land from whites. But in this preconceived idea by our government today, everyone is going to be involved. Whether you are an investor, you are not in good books with them, they will get your land. And our government should be very, very worried about these things. Because I remember when President Hakainde was lead from Kobeko, he went to America and he told us that he has invited investors to the tune of $25 billion. But we have seen for the past 4 years, there is no investor from America who has even brought maybe even, I can say even a 20, or let's say $100 million in a single investment. Why? These people are very, very intelligent. They are very intelligent because they look at the legal framework of a country. The legal framework of the country, if the country's legal framework is not stable as it is now, we are not going to have the so-called investors come here because those people are very clever. They are very clever. When they are investing in a country, they investigate what is this country, is the government stable, do they make decisions by emotions or whatever. All these things, I think, will really affect the government in the due course.
Thank you very much, my brother. Let me just take 2 more calls and then we allow the president to respond and then we see how we go from there. Good evening. Please tell us your name and where you are calling us from.
Mwamba, so I'd rather remain anonymous.
Ba anonymous ninkwatawa president wa Kasonde kunola ndenipo.
I just took some time off to look at some other posts on Facebook, and I found a letter that is shared by Chair the Voice of Zambia, which says traffic officer left Bakatolika watch silence, and it's a letter written to the Director General of Intelligence.
Thank you very much. Thank you. That is a good contribution. Short, concise, and brief. Good evening. Please tell us your name and where you are calling us from.
Zephania here from Lusaka.
Yes, Zephania.
Yes, I have two questions for President Kasonde Mwenda.
Number one question.
Number one, Mr. Kasonde Mwenda, you often speak boldly about defending the national sovereignty, justice, and morality. How do you reconcile these values with your silence on unclear stance on the rising cases of corruption, selective persecution, and abuse of state institutions under the current regime, UPND, and particularly when young girls are flouting now unexplained dollars in public, and ministers are spending 100,000 on buying tambara or roast Mr. Rooster, those citizens are surviving only 50 kwacha a day. The second question is that why many Zambians are concerned about electoral malpractice and are calling for united opposition front ahead of 2026, and why have opposition political parties leaders failed to come together despite political outcry? It is because you are already fighting to divide the buffalo before it is even brought down. The positioning for power instead of fighting for the people of Zambia. And I have this one which I need an honest answer. And be honest with us, is it the Tonse Alliance is still viable too to remove UPND in 2026, or it has become politically useless? That's the two questions I have. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Mr. President, as you can hear, there are a lot of calls, but I want you to quickly sample these ones that have come so far.
Thank you very much. You know, Zambians are very informed. And Mwamba, thank you so much for this platform. You are doing a very big job. In case Nala Bakuma last to Kutasha, which you are doing is marvelous. Ama callers, they have brought a lot of issues. Among them, Gandaambira last driver chipsha kutila the silence. I don't know. To me, I'll take that as a challenge. If we are not silent about corruption, we are not silent about our chama rooster, not tupanga nama film, not tupanga nama press statement to Lelanda, and the data shasana those who gave us solidarity. Kulanda kutila. Ngesha chanda bandu me palas kulanda that you know you can't be sharing the buffalo before you even kill it. Hakainde Hichilema'S is a buffalo. We need to bring it down. Sharing it is not a problem. I want to agree with Baraba Chilanda Bakola. It's true. Us, we are sacrificers. We are not here because we are power hungry, no. But we want to fight for this country. We are economic freedom fighters, not economic freedom shares. No, that's not. We are economic freedom fighters. Zambians, us, we want to fight for you. If we're fighting Gayapwa, Mwenda and Mukasala, we are not in a hurry. I think between now and the election date, it's important because I wanted to be between now and 2026 to create to the former offices. President, I think that should not be our preoccupation. I want to be a president, but let you know Mukura. But let you know taxi drivers. But let you know no. You're about united the opposition, it's not a problem. That's a walk in the park. Let's gather here. Who are the most stable? Who are the most reasonable? Sometimes Tumasangati, you are busy talking about you come together. Which vehicle? Those things are not a problem. As long as we are working for the people, those things will fall in place. That's not the biggest problem right now. Biggest problem is Hakainde Hichilema troubling Zambians, stealing from the people. That is the biggest problem. That is the biggest problem. Not who will be the leader for the opposition. That is not the biggest problem right now. Yes, when we get towards the election, that will be the biggest problem. But between now and at least somewhere mid next year, apafe kubombera kwa abantu. Eken tubombere abantu. Mwebale fo kutubika ba president twa totera. But inosta supporters tubombere abantu. If you fika isova mwebe ne mukasara that kwete problem. As whether ni kumuchira tule bombera na nguni kuntanshi, we don't have a problem. But for now, support us to fight for you. To make sure that ama taxes aya bale mikamamo fialeka. Ishini tengo nga wamuti shop watushite kwe fintu ukwete 1000 wafumamo kwa tnali mwaku ivira fempia fialeka. Ayama light bale mibira. Because bale iba. Instead of us wasting our energies everywhere, we should make sure bale koku mibira. Bala ndati mu June yali pita. Ama light yali bwela. Ama light ya bwela. Ishimenga la tobale panga kui CZ. It is not just finding a united leader for the opposition that will solve it. No. It is telling the people, opening the people, and telling off this government. Ukufumye mingarato shabo. Because even if we find a united leader, we haven't even informed the people. How will that united leader win? So for now, let's unite. We want to unite with us. Let us work, support us. By youth, join. By Namayo, join EFF, Economic Freedom. Join us. And please, take over to Nigo. No, but in English, they want to join EFF. No. Respect, as we respect, when we hear another opposition party, join anyaba, we are happy because people need to join something. They need to join. So whether I join it doesn't matter. But let people work with us, the opposition. So allow us. Take with Temanangu, go with Tumunanga to join EFF. No, you're overrating. No, I'm not that by joining. Me, I believe in the vision for EFF, and I'm selling the agenda for EFF, the manifesto for EFF. Allow us to market ourselves. And we will respect that. But for now, allow us to Milan share. To be Pereko story. Allow us. Is that too much to ask?
Thank you, Mr. President. I agree with that point. I agree with that point, Mr. President. Because individual parties have to mobilize. You have to create structures across the country. You have to be strong. Yes. Even when you are coming to the table, you'll be showing your strength that we are present in Lundazi. We are present in Changombo. And our members from Zambezi are like this, from Chipata. Individual political parties must be strong before they come together. That point, Mr. President, let me just take some more calls. Chila Diva Panova President Munjereko Panono. Let me take the last 5 calls because we need to wind up, and I need to allow the president to answer and allow him to rest. He's already taken 2 hours of his time with me. Good evening. Please tell us your name and where you're calling us from.
Good evening, Ambassador. How are you?
Very well, thank you. Please make us make your contribution. Identify yourself and make your contributions.
Okay, I'm Joe. I'm calling from Kitwe, Nkana East. I'm just in Ghana, but I'm Lenje. I'm Tonga stroke Lenje. So is that okay?
That's okay, my brother.
Okay. You tanda kusha correct misconception iliyo at swevo soba Tonga balenje. Tuto supporta shilishonze so HH utochita kambo ngumutonga o mulenje. Okay, to divert from that we are not in any way in support of what he is doing. Okay, he is destroying this country. More especially, I'm worried on tribalism. I'm still wondering why it has grown under his rule. Okay? Is it a signal telling us something about tribalism? Because I'm worried, me as a Tonga, Ambassador Emmanuel, because most of the people on the ground, more especially here on the Copper Belt, members are saying it is their time. Our time will also come. And if we can have such statements, okay, among citizens, meaning they are hating
Okay? And it seems HH is not even concerned of what is going on. Okay? Why is it that tribalism has grown under his watch, under his rule? Can we conclude that he's a tribalist? Okay? So let him not, he's denting our name as stronger. We don't know what the future holds for us. Okay? Because he's a first stronger, he was supposed to do the best so that he creates a good name for us. Okay? We don't want to be judged because of his bad leadership and tribalism. Okay? In the future, people will be saying, we tried these guys, they messed up. I think he should be very much aware, he should work on tribalism. Tribalism is growing under his watch. Thank you, Ambassador Emmanuel.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Mr. President, there is a Tonga says this man is ruining their name as Tongas. Hello, good evening. Please tell us your name and where you are calling us from. Chungropo Mkwai. Nimwani Mkwai.
In fact, AI anonymous.
Ba AI anonymous. Landenipo.
When a contribution yandi a program na konka bueno sana. And it's my first time calling. Contribution yandi akwebat. Hakainde bafile at all costs. And in a people and the Aquat, a pain at Chili to the road will walk Chico movie. Our opposition by became because in Shikafi, you can't get 10 days in Bodu or in Amonina Shad. I'm a campaign because in junction in a bus in Navakateka, Navena was the affect in that the Tiba campaign. So a papa in a people and the Aquat, our the Apova Mwenda Kasonde. Woman yakapi naba nabo mu opposition basali omuntu wakwebat nango bagesa dire kumuleta parwala at least shortly thereafter tukeshiba kwa totre votera nyo apatu file pagwatu wa HH nango twabika ne chimuti wena kuti twavotera ne chimuti so ine a people yandiyo and a contribution yandi.
Thank you very much. Yeah, this man says even a tree can vote for it. I remember Professor Kasonde says nanguni nshon konono tukavota panshon konono. Good evening. Please tell us your name and where you are calling us from.
I'm calling from Europe.
Okay.
Thanks so much. Thanks so much, Ambassador. Thank you for much of your effort that you've put in this. I've been following the program, and I think I want to just agree with what everybody's saying. That I think opposition even katana for us to have a big chance. Just on the other issue is that for me, I don't really understand why Vaneva Spombovin support the present leadership that is there, especially that he came in to say he wanted to bring moral leadership, and I'm not seeing that moral leadership in the present government. So so we're praying for you, but our concern is just the unity for you in the opposition. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Yeah, let me just take. There are so many calls, Mr. President. So many. Hello. Good evening. Please tell us your name and where you are calling us from.
Oh, sorry. I'll remain anonymous.
Anonymous, make your contribution.
Thank you. Good evening, Mr. Mwenda.
He can hear you.
I've got two questions for him. From what I've gathered from this conversation that you've had with him, I think there's a bit of some trust issues and conflicting ambitions. So I'd like to find out how he, how the EFF party would approach building trust among partners if he went into an alliance. And the second question is, if he were to be in an alliance, how would the EFF ensure that it stays accountable to the people and not just to a political party? Because like what I've seen, what's happening in Zambia now is that there's allegiance to a party and not to the nation. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Are you going to help build trust issues that seems to be missing in the opposition? Good evening. Please tell us your name and where you are calling us from.
Yes, Anonymous, please.
Yes, Mr. Anonymous.
Yes. Hi, Mr. President Kasonde. I want to compliment on the Longe Tongaman who was saying is he a tribalist? What people can say is a tribalist. To know a tribalist, you can know them by knowing whom are they married to. Secondly, the children, are they married to their fellow tribal men or they are married from another tribe? If the children also, they are married to the same tribe, they are tribalists. So it's a matter of knowing whom the person is married to. If you find someone is married to a Lozi, then that person can't be a tribalist. I end my case.
No, that's a simplistic approach. It doesn't mean that if you're married to a tribesmate, therefore you are a tribalist. That's very simplistic. But I'll let the president answer, in his own thoughts. Yes, good evening. Please tell us your name and where you are calling us from.
Yeah, I'm on boys. Good evening.
Good evening.
Yeah, I would rather remain anonymous for now.
Yes, anonymous. Make your contribution. Yes.
Yes, from our work there. Hii program ba Mwamba ishuma sana abati mrekwata kutima talks na abantu amaguests of mrekwata prior to the main event, so that you guide them on what to bring forth, because next year will be a very tough year. Now, that situations someone is showing to say is not willing to work with others. So that's the weakness that the group from the other camp here, the Egypt, they are already organized. So I'm not condemning him, but when we come to this, we should be ready to say, even for the we are working with the fellow, other political parties, unlike showing that percentage of not knowing the road path of how we are going to do, what we are going to do in order to remove this, the biggest animal on the sea. Because my questions no about Kasonde. To clear the air, I'll work with every political party that is ready to work with me. Period. Unlike to control all over the show without giving a clear roadmap to the people who are listening. Also, these people are listening from the headquarters there, so that's my point.
Oh, thank you very much. No, my brother, that I can answer as convener and coordinator of this program. For us, we are very open. There's no preconceived agenda. As you see, the president, as he answered, is the way the matters are. We are not here to fool anyone. What you see is what you get. And I think the president later clarified what he meant. He's willing to work with others, but he wants it to be respected. He wants the policies of EFF to be respected. He was very, very clear. Good evening. Please tell us your name and where you are calling us from.
Good evening, Mwamba.
Good evening.
I can see you are winding up, so
yes.
I'm going to be very brief. Yes, I just want to ask Kasonde, what would a fair process to identify a flag bearer for the opposition would look like in his view? Because it looks like the Zambian people have already decided, okay, okay. The problem I see myself is the leaders. It looks like everyone wants to be the president. Now the question would be, okay, do you have a process in mind that you would agree to or subject yourself to? Once you throw your names in a hat, and after the leader is identified, you support that leader. It could be you, it could be another person. Okay, so can you just really, this is really important, can you just elaborate a little bit on what you would think a process of identifying that leader. Okay, and afterward, of course, there are burning issues that needs to be worked on. Okay, once you have identified as an opposition, as a flag bearer, this is the agenda. This is the agenda we are going to work on to fix issues in our country. Okay. Otherwise, if everybody says, I want to be president without the process, there would not be a conclusion to this.
Thank you, my dear brother. Thank you very much.
Just quickly. I was listening to KBN TV. Okay, there was one slide that actually was very interesting in my view. Okay, they did their own polls and all that. One slide says 76 or 72% of the people want change, and 20% want the current government to stay in power. Okay, so you can see from the mood on the ground that the Zambian people have already decided. What is remaining, in my view, is you leaders to settle on one, and all of you support that leader. Do you have a process? Are you identifying? Are you discussing that process?
Thank you, my brother. Thank you, my brother. I think someone was cautioning that you can't discuss strategies on air, and I think that falls into strategy. Hello, you are our last caller. Please tell us your name and where you are calling us from. Hello, you are our last caller. Please tell us your name and where you are calling us from.
Emmanuel Mwamba na Kasonde.
Endita.
Inecho ndefu safi contribute chakwe wati. Thank you, my brother. Thank you. Yes, akamana sana inemuchara.
Mkwai, please continue.
Na Kasonde wesuveni va president vaisunge sana. Bantu kotufikireni kumapeto. So vachenjere sana nama politics yavo yabantu timine chitaka kuvuta tedzi vasvikeko so valendo mutende tukavavotere bwino natotera mugwai.
Thank you very much. I think that becomes our last caller. Mr. President, I will invite you to make your contributions. And for those on TikTok, Mr. President and our dear brother, Mr. Siame, don't close on TikTok. We can invite people to begin now making comments. Just leave it running. You know the goodness with TikTok. So we are going to invite whoever wishes to comment on TikTok. They can begin to make commentary while we close the broadcast on this channel. But for those that are on TikTok, we'll leave it run for an hour and we'll invite you to make your contribution. And Mr. President, you can contribute on TikTok. It's live and we've gotten a good number there. We'll be adding them and listening to them, and you can answer them from there. But on this channel, we'll be closing. Just quickly answer the questions that you think should be answered, and then you give your closing remarks. For all those that are calling on this number, we invite you to go to TikTok. We'll be opening on TikTok where you can make your contributions. Mr. President.
Most of the things that have been spoken have been lessons to us. I'm happy I did not come alone, although not in the picture. I've come with the Secretary General for Economic Freedom Fighters, Mr. Changala, is taking notes. So most of the issues more later to achira umfwa. That's why some of the things I wouldn't even want to comment on them because chala wakati na lemon date they justify. But we have taken the lessons and we have heard your feedback. HHVH kankala na mwishiba. Tulalanda sana ZFF every day. So na tukapanka video we are always talking. So to us, this is a great moment. Some of our issues much tarezi mwala amona ama difference in the coming deliberations as we'll be talking, we'll be answering some of the questions. Otherwise, I must just thank you, Ambassador, for this wonderful wonderful, beautiful program. I would also want to extend a lot of warmth to our people, our Zambians in this program. And I also want to thank the number of people that have broken the ice and brought up my issues, like my brother who said he's a Tonga and is worried about what will happen when some other people lead. We can assure you, as economic freedom fighters, we are principled. My own elder brother, Yanjana ni Mwenda, immediate elder brother, otu wako nkananankwe, aupa mambo Mwamba, Tonga. So to me, we are all one big family. My uncle Pamuchinda has married Delozi. So at the end of the day, to some of us, we don't see tribe. And we can assure them, speaking on behalf of EFF, the party that I represent and that I came for as the president, we do not believe in tribalism. And we promise you, if you some power, most of you, if you are my brother, tribes made. I don't know how it feels. A person from my tribe, na cross. So to us, who cross a normal. So forgive us. So, but it's okay. You can marry. Love doesn't choose. You can marry whoever you want. But we'll actively work towards now that tribalism. You now will make effort as economic freedom fighters. It will be a mandate. There I can answer without even wasting time. Questions how are you going to choose right now? Mufide Mwamba na Moshewa Kasonde, is he protecting the interests of his party or of the nation? We should finish if it's more important. You can start checking us. People are also asking questions saying, a leopard cannot change its spots. You can change a few habits here and there. Some people can fake it. But you can tell what they stand for. Even when I was in university, university, the question is, what was my brother, Mr. Hakainde, doing when he was in university? He was not speaking for his union, probably. Me, I've been a fighter since university. Day one day up to now. I'm not a businessman. I'm a lawyer. I'm an architect. I always want to speak for people and save people. That's my life. So it is just fair that one way in which you can know what to expect from a person is to look in their past. No, everybody can change. Yes, everybody can change. No. So take time. Find out about us even. We show you muntu aleva. I can give an example with all due respect. Hakainde came to stand as a president with a tainted image. No, prove him, he failed to prove. That's not important. He was part of the privatization that wrecked this country. Up to now, Rwanda has failed to recover from the privatization of which Hakainde was part. So we ignored that past of his. We should have learned. So what I'm saying is, it is just fair. We are coming to you, Zambia, giving the manifestos. Kasonde apaba nakashi adilinga na boshana nabalumendo adilinga na boshana. These things pay attention. Mushenga mwamu tumina phone asukashani. Wami sula ushara asuka does he even give you attention? How is his mannerism? Does he respect others? These things are important because you shouldn't expect when somebody ngamu power uwali wa firumba uwakobati ba president waleisa traffic akano kuselamo paka fiadeta ne fia confusion with you and respect when he comes in power he will move away for you Zambians. So I'm just advising us, when we are choosing a leader, let us see where they are coming from. How was their behavior? How was he living with people? Why Keisha na Abantu? Very important. Abantu ababuinon may so rest in peace. By Edgar Lungu, we so disrespect. But my weaknesses, we all know. But he was a person who loved peace. Namumfa, he loved peace. So even when he was leading, at this personal level, he loved peace. That's why the body fokubana in tango di mufindu. So what I'm simply saying, Nabasata, Vadifim, pum, Cobra. Even when he was president, he was still Cobra. But Manawasa was talking about corruption. No. even his life, tabali corrupt basat. Even when he became like. So what I'm simply asking is that let no one impose themselves and say, no, I'll be the God, I'm what. Ask them, how are they coming? Ask us, how are we? Then you make a very informed decision. Otherwise, I want to say thank you. May God bless you as economic freedom fighters. On behalf of this party that loves you, we believe that wherever I want to go, our feet will take us. Their symbol, Mwamba, thank you so much for this privilege. May God bless you and may God bless your family. May God bless Zambia. Even as we mourn, I would want to give the tribute to the family of the late president, Edgar Lungu. And I would just ask Mwamba, before we close, if we can just observe a moment of silence just to honor that fallen hero who did so much for this country.
Thank you, Mr. President, and thank you for responding at such a short notice. I only gave you notice the other day, but you said any day. Actually, it was yesterday, and you said any day I can come. Thank you for the opportunity to share your views and the vision of your political party and your vision for young people and the vision for our country and your relentless effort to denounce and expose corruption. I think that has been accepted and loved. To our dear audience that wanted to contribute, just move to TikTok, search for us or Changala Siame. The president there is using Changala Siame's account. Go there, we are live there. We'll be opening up your contributions to hear those that couldn't go through this. Tomorrow, same time, we'll host new Heritage Party President. Chala Kateka should be with you, should be sharing a vision and the vision of the opposition, and should be defining what the problems are, why you need to invest your hope in the opposition. God bless you, and God bless our country. And thank you to Mr. Kasonde Mwenda and his team for sacrificing their time and for being with us. God bless you. God bless our country.
Amitapendwa ya vintu visume vyote bula kwibukisha Tana depotimo Wimbo wa temenu wa katongi Abazunga batita katongi Nagula kwibukisha kateka Kaibukubu na kapona Neseko siove pamenso Yangwa maume maya Iyaba maume Iyaba maume Kateka wabantu Twakulira lelo twakulira Shika kukonke milimo shove Ale filamba Yena minta pengo shile Eti kume mo pula dolola vale Lilo wingi
Iseko wingi mwakwete Iseko wingi mwakwete Mwaya Mwende wino tata wesu
Katusi muchi motege Wali bomba kale Lomba mwatu jatule lilake Mama Ukula bebyo watu tobuingi Ibisebo wapangini obuingi Ukuchinjo lusako kumoleko busaka Mama Utituwa na basiani Chagwa katuse